One, I'll tell you what, I've had tons of practice and I still can't get that down. Hi, welcome to my little podcast for the love of boobs. Boobs, boobs. I am very happy to talk about my experience with breast cancer this October because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this is a tradition now. My son reminded me, like, hey, mom, get on it. Where are our shirts? It is something that we stop to acknowledge and try to put some goodness out into the world to know for my breast cancer survivor sisters to know that you're not alone and you're supported. I did reach out to several people to share their stories. However, it is so personal and private. I want you to know that I respect that, and not everybody is as open uh, to discussing that. That may take some time. So maybe next year I'll have someone on to share their stories with me, with us. But for today, I'm interviewing myself. So there's some questions here that, yeah, my friend ChatGPT came up with. I can go through that. Um, can you share your initial reaction when you were diagnosed with breast cancer? Shock. I was in shock. I couldn't believe that I had breast cancer. I had my first mammogram at 35 because I had great insurance, and they found some changes in my breast, and I kept going every 2 years. And at 40, they recommended for me to have a biopsy, and I did that. And they found a cluster of calcifications, and deep within that calcifications, they found a tumor that was 5 millimeters, so very small. I was told at the time that I was lucky, I had the best kind of cancer, and they were right. It was non-invasive, and they called it DCIS. I had some choices. I could do radiation, or I could have my breast removed. My doctor said, well, you have some time to think about it. Go ahead and just sign up for a double mastectomy. So I have it up booked on my schedule. And I was like, what? I walked out of there in denial, in shock, and I actually didn't go back or call them or do anything until he called me back a month later and told me that I needed to do something. So, yeah, I was in denial for sure. What advice would you give to others going through a similar journey? I've had the opportunity to talk to some other folks, women that have gone through this, and my best advice that I've given them and I continue to give is do your research, right? Your soul searching, listen to other breast cancer survivors' stories, but in the end, you have to choose what is right for you. As I mentioned, I had the opportunity to have radiation. It was not right for me at that time. I opted for the removal of my right breast was, and that was major surgery, right? And I have repercussions of that to this day. I am tight and sore, and it's foreign. This thing I have on my chest is definitely foreign, but it was right for me. So I would say, yeah, do your research, know you, know what feels good to you, and follow your heart. What role did early detection play in your experience, and what would you say to the others about regular screenings? Yeah, go get your mammograms. I would not have known that I had breast cancer if I didn't have my mammogram. So please take that opportunity to do that. I understand it's scary, but early detection is everything. How did you how did your support system help you through treatment and recovery? Oh, so much. I had such wonderful friends and family bring dinners and cheer me up and give me love. And I have to say, there's some really great organizations out there. One of my favorites is Unite for Her. I don't know why I have to sing that, but Unite for Her. They're located in Westchester. Look them up. They do so many amazing things. At the time, they weren't around for me, but I now send so many people to that organization because of the care and resources that they provide for women throughout their lives after breast cancer. So beautiful, beautiful thing there. What was the most challenging part of your journey and how did you overcome it? I think the most challenging part was realizing that I was taking off a piece of my body, uh, that I looked different. And that might sound very vain, but it was a part of not feeling whole. It wasn't exactly the cancer part. I mean, again, I got really lucky. I didn't have to have radiation or chemotherapy, so I didn't have to face getting sick. I think it was just kind of the stigma of the pink, not wanting to belong to that sisterhood, really, in the first place, right? Like I did not want to be involved with breast cancer at all. And I was very determined at the time to not let it define me. And no, it doesn't define me. I mean, all of the things that have happened in my life don't define me. I've been divorced. I've had 6 knee surgeries. I have a shitty back. I mean, it's all these things that happen throughout life, right? Perimenopausal symptoms. Does that define me? Sometimes, but no, none of these things define me. They are part of my story, and getting through them is very challenging sometimes. And loving myself, right? Like loving all of the pieces of me and foreign pieces is a part of, I think, what was the hardest going through this for me. I think I answered that question. Chat, did I answer it? Okay, we're moving on. How has your outlook in life changed since your diagnosis and recovery? I think I just kind of rambled on about that. So, what message do you have for those who are currently battling breast cancer? The message I have is you're a warrior. Life is really shit sometimes. And my heart goes out to you. Find your inner strength, your inner warrior, and keep going. Don't let it get you stuck. Trust in the doctors that you have. If you are uncomfortable for whatever reason, find a new doctor that can hear you, listens, right? Really listens to you, and have faith.